The sun began its slow descent, painting the sky in hues of orange and deep purple, signaling the end of another day of fasting.
Inside her cozy little home, Layla sat at her small wooden table, a single, plump date resting on a simple plate before her. This was it, the only thing she had to break her fast with.
All day, her stomach had rumbled in anticipation of this sweet, humble fruit.
She watched the clock, her fingers tapping lightly on the table,
counting down the seconds until the call to prayer would echo through the streets, releasing her from her fast. The aroma of her neighbor's cooking wafted through her open window, a tantalizing mix of spices and grilled meat, making her own meager meal feel even smaller. But Layla was grateful. Gratitude filled her heart for what little she had.
Just as the final moments before iftar arrived, a soft, hesitant knock echoed from her front door.
Layla frowned, pulling her scarf tighter around her head. Who could it be? At this hour? She opened the door to find a man standing on her doorstep. His clothes were dusty, his face etched with the lines of a long and weary journey. He looked tired, his shoulders slumped, and his eyes held a deep exhaustion. He wasn't from their town.
She could tell by his traveler's cloak and the worn-out sandals on his feet. He looked at her, his voice raspy from thirst.
"Peace be upon you!" I sighed softly. "I am a traveler. The sun has set, and I have nothing with which to break my fast. Could you spare anything? Even a sip of water?"
Layla's heart clenched. She looked from the weary traveler back to her table, where her single, precious date sat waiting. It was all she had. Her stomach growled in protest. For a fleeting second, she hesitated. A battle raged within her.
This date was her reward for a long day of patience and devotion. It was the sweet relief she had been dreaming of. How could she give away the only thing she had?
But then, she looked into the traveler's tired eyes and saw a reflection of her own hunger, her own thirst.
Ramadan wasn't just about abstaining from food and water. It was about empathy, compassion, and sharing.
It was about feeling the hunger of others and remembering our duty to them. A gentle smile touched Layla's lips. The conflict in her heart dissolved, replaced by a warm, peaceful certainty.
This was a test, she realized, a chance to practice the true spirit of the holy month. She invited the traveler inside.
"Please," she said, her voice clear and kind. "You are my guest. What little I have is yours." She led him to the table and pushed the plate with the single date towards him. "Break your fast with this," she insisted, pouring him a glass of water from her clay jug. The traveler's eyes widened in surprise and then filled with immense gratitude. "Thank you," he whispered, his voice thick with emotion. "May your generosity be returned to you 1,000 times over." As the call to prayer finally rang out,
they broke their fast together, he with the date and Layla with a simple glass of water.
A profound sense of peace washed over her, far more satisfying than any food could have been.
Just as the traveler finished his prayer and prepared to continue his journey, another knock came at the door.
This time, it was her neighbor, Fatima, holding a large, steaming platter.
The air filled with the delicious scent of rice, roasted chicken, savory pastries, and a colorful salad. Fatima smiled warmly.
"Layla, I made far too much for my family tonight.
I thought of you and wanted to share our meal. Please, accept this for you and your family." Layla stood there, stunned, looking at the mountain of food. It was more than she could have ever imagined. Tears of joy welled in her eyes.
She thanked Fatima profusely, her heart overflowing with a feeling so powerful it almost took her breath away.
As she closed the door, the traveler looked at her, a knowing smile on his face.
"See?"
he said gently.
"Your kindness has already been returned." Layla looked from the feast on her table back to the empty plate where her single date had been. She understood then, with perfect clarity. The date was gone, but in its place was a banquet.
She hadn't lost anything.
Instead, she had gained so much more.
She had given away the only thing she had for the sake of goodness, and in return she received not just a meal to fill her stomach,
but a powerful lesson that would nourish her soul forever. Generosity isn't about what you lose. It's about what you gain in unexpected and beautiful ways.
What we give with a pure heart always finds its way back to us, often in forms far greater than we could ever anticipate. Thank you for watching.
If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe for more uplifting content.